The girl was right in the middle of a live stream, showing off the cats at the adoption center, when suddenly, a heavily pregnant Siberian tiger burst into the room. "Human, I am so sorry for intruding on your territory. Please, I'm begging you, save my babies." The Siberian tiger's desperate, pleading voice left Tang Yuyu completely stunned. Taking a moment to compose herself, she replied, "I need to examine you right now. I'm going to press on your belly, okay? Don't worry, I won't hurt you. My instincts tell me, I can trust you." That weak, agonizingly urgent voice confirmed it for Tang Yuyu. The voice was definitely coming straight from the tiger. But right now, she had no time to figure out how she could understand it. Meanwhile, the livestream chat absolutely exploded when they saw the massive tiger suddenly appear on screen. Is this really a pet adoption center? Wait, do giant tigers count as cats too? I mean, we all knew the streamer was a master at handling cats, but who would have thought she could handle the big cats too? Back in the room, as Tang Yuyu gently but firmly pressed and felt along the tiger's abdomen, she finally figured out exactly what was going on. The tiger was carrying 2 cubs. Maybe the food up in the Greater Kingan Mountains was just too good, because the cubs had grown a bit too big, which was causing a difficult labor. Normally, the absolute best option right now would be surgery. But seeing the heavy bleeding underneath the tiger, Tang Yuyu quickly scrapped that idea. Surgery might guarantee the safe delivery of the 2 cubs, but the mother tiger would more than likely not survive it. Sure, her adoption center had an operating room, but they completely lacked the proper equipment of a full wildlife rescue center. Like an animal blood bank to give the mother a transfusion. Plus, looking at her current condition, there was no way she would survive long enough for the rescue team to get here. She had to give birth naturally, right here, right now. "Can you still walk?" Tang Yuyu asked. "Yes," the tiger replied. That incredibly weak, exhausted voice made Tang Yuyu's heart ache, and she couldn't help but gently rub the tiger's head. Using every ounce of her strength, she helped the massive creature stand up. Seeing this giant beast obediently following her, a flicker of relief and surprise crossed Tang Yuyu's face. Earlier, she wasn't so sure about this. But now that she could hear the tiger's thoughts, they could actually work together. The chances of a successful delivery just went way up. Since time was running out, Tang Yuyu didn't even bother turning off the livestream. She led the Siberian tiger straight into the operating room next door. Honestly, delivering baby felines wasn't exactly a first for Tang Yuyu. After all, so many of the stray cats rescued by the center came in pregnant anyway. She quickly cleaned the blood and fluids off the tiger. Then, she sat right down beside her. "Alright, listen to me. When I say push, you push with everything you've got. As long as you can get just a little bit out, I can pull the baby the rest of the way." The mother tiger was already way too weak to squat for the delivery. She was leaning her massive body completely against the wall for support. Tang Yuyu started pressing down rhythmically on the tiger's rock-hard belly. It was a special massage technique she had learned from an old master back when she was interning at the hospital. For felines having a tough time giving birth, it could save them a massive amount of energy. "Alright, right now, push," with Tang Yuyu's loud, encouraging shout. The mother tiger's entire body trembled violently as she pushed with all her might to bring the cub into the world. The 2 of them working perfectly together, just a few tense minutes later, a tiny tiger cub finally appeared in front of Tang Yuyu. Fresh from its mother's womb, the little cub was incredibly fragile. Tang Yuyu didn't dare pull too hard. Moving carefully in sync with the mother, she gently eased the little tiger out, inch by inch. The exact second the little guy was fully out, Tang Yuyu immediately snatched up the scissors nearby, snapped open the amniotic sac, and quickly cleared the fluid from his tiny mouth and nose. Her hands moved fast. She had done this 100 times before. And when she finally heard that precious, squeaky little cry, a massive wave of joy and relief washed over her. She quickly prepped the incubator and tucked the little guy safely inside. Then, she grabbed 2 bottles of nutrient solution from the cabinet, poured them into a bowl, and offered it to the mother. "Here, drink some of this. You need to get your strength back. We've still got one more baby to go." Fighting through the sheer, exhausting weakness, the mother tiger forced herself to stay awake. She rolled over and gulped down the nutrient fluid. Hearing the sound of her drinking, Tang Yuyu gently rubbed the mother tiger's belly. The second cub was much smaller than the first. Since the firstborn wasn't blocking the way anymore, getting the second one out shouldn't be too hard. By the time the mother tiger finished the nutrient fluid, the cub was also guided into the right position by Tang Yuyu's gentle pressing. "Come on, let's get it out in one go." Tang Yuyu stroked the mother tiger's head, fully prepared to deliver the baby at any moment. Having regained her strength, the mother tiger pushed with much more energy this time. In less than 5 minutes, the little tiger successfully came into the world. After quickly cleaning the little guy up, Tang Yuyu brought the incubator over. She placed it right next to the mother tiger. "You are way too weak right now. Just get some good sleep first. When you wake up, I'll find you something to eat. I'll help feed the babies for now, okay?" Seeing her 2 babies sleeping soundly in the incubator, the mother tiger weakly rubbed her head against Tang Yuyu. "Human, you are so kind." Hearing the telepathic voice coming from the mother tiger, Tang Yuyu smiled warmly. "Let me clean you up. You just rest right here." She used clean gauze to gently wipe the mother tiger clean. Then, she grabbed a blanket and tucked her in. Watching the big cat close her eyes in peace, Tang Yuyu carefully picked up the incubator and went back to her live stream. She noticed her viewers had somehow jumped from a dozen to over 50 people. The streamer is back. Is the tiger doing okay? Are the cubs born yet? Looking at the flood of comments on her screen, Tang Yuyu held up the incubator to the camera. There are 2 of them, and they're both perfectly healthy. This chubby one is the oldest, and this skinnier one is the younger sibling. Things were pretty frantic just now, so I haven't had a chance to check the details. Then what are you waiting for? Check them now. Hurry, it'd be absolutely perfect if they're a boy and a girl. Reading the chat, Tang Yuyu couldn't help but laugh. Hang on a second, guys. I need to mix some formula for them. Their mom is way too weak right now. She probably won't be able to produce milk for the next few days. Tang Yuyu dug out a big can of goat milk powder from the cabinet and quickly mixed 2 bottles. She then tested the temperature on her wrist. Once she made sure it was just right, she lifted the older cub out of the incubator and peeked under its hairless little tail. The first one is a boy. Watching the tiny guy happily nursing from the bottle, the live stream's viewer count surged once again. "Quick, check if the second one is a girl. I really want them to be a boy and a girl." Is this the stream where she was forced to deliver Siberian tiger cubs? Alright, let's let him drink for now. Let's take a look at the next one. Tang Yuyu brought the second cub out of the incubator. She peeked under its tail. This one is a boy too. Not a boy and a girl, sadly. Seeing the little one open his tiny mouth wide, Tang Yuyu popped the nipple in. The chat went completely wild at this point. It's a bit of a bummer that they aren't a boy and a girl. But as long as the mother and babies are safe, that's what matters. Exactly, their safety is more important than anything else. After the 2 little guys ate and drank their fill, Tang Yuyu put them gently back into the incubator. It's getting pretty late, too. I'm turning in early tonight. These 2 little guys need a feeding every 3 hours. Probably won't get a wink of sleep tonight. So, that wraps up today's stream, guys. Catch you all tomorrow. She reached out and turned off the stream. Tang Yuyu was just about to find a couple of kittens to test out the animal voices she'd been hearing in her head. Was it just tigers, or could she hear all animals? But suddenly, a frantic knocking echoed from the front door. "Hello, is Tang Yuyu in there? We got a report. Someone said a Siberian tiger broke into your place." Watching the door rattle like it was about to give way, Tang Yuyu quickly yelled back. I'm here. Stop knocking. I'm perfectly fine." She pulled the door open. Outside stood a few heavily armed police officers, glancing around nervously. "Where's the tiger? Do you see a Siberian tiger?" Mountain City was right next to the Greater Khingan Range. Sure, they got reports of wild animals wandering around from time to time. But it was usually just wild boars or black bears. A Siberian tiger was something the officers in this area had absolutely never dealt with before. Everything's fine now. She just finished giving birth. She's resting upstairs right now. Do you guys want to go take a look? Hearing this, the 2 officers just stared at each other, completely speechless. After a long pause, the older officer rubbed his temples. "So, let me get this straight. This Siberian tiger traveled hundreds of miles just to have her babies at your place?" I know, I was shocked too. But that's exactly what happened. Right then, another voice chimed in. "Excuse me, since the tiger hasn't hurt anyone, why don't you let us take it from here?" Tang Yuyu took one look at the man in the suit and instantly knew. He was definitely in the same line of work. That distinct smell of animal fur on a vet was practically impossible to wash off. "Hello, Tang Yuyu. I'm the Deputy Director of the Mountain City Wildlife Protection Center. My last name is Chen. Nice to meet you, Mr. Chen. What exactly are you planning to do? Animal adoption centers and wildlife rescue centers might sound similar, but they're completely different departments. Adoption centers deal with pets like cats and dogs, while rescue centers handle protected wildlife year-round. Because of that, the protection center carries a much heavier responsibility. Here's the situation. According to protocol, we'll take the tiger in and care for her until she's fit to be released. Then, we'll find a suitable habitat for her. Don't worry, we're professionals. Oh, I'm not questioning your expertise. It's just that, you really can't move this mother tiger right now. What do you mean? She's extremely weak. It hasn't even been an hour since she gave birth. With the weather outside right now, taking her out of this warm room would make her seriously ill. Tang Yuyu paused for a second, her voice filled with a hint of apology. And then there's the two cubs. I already gave them their first taste of goat's milk formula. If you take them now, I'm worried they'll refuse to eat. You see, wild animals aren't like house pets. They imprint on the taste of their very first meal as their mother's milk. That was exactly why she had specially cracked open the biggest can of formula she had. She didn't want them starving if she had to switch brands later. Deputy Director Chen froze in his tracks. Then, he looked at a man in a white lab coat behind him, who seemed to have just rushed over. He was still panting a little. That's right now, whether we switch their goat milk formula or move them, it would lead to serious consequences. After a long moment of heavy silence, Director Chen let out a sigh. Tell you what, take me to see the cubs and the mother tiger first. If we're absolutely certain they can't be moved, we'll figure something else out. Okay, please follow me. Accompanied by the two men, the group arrived at the first floor lobby of the adoption center. Tang Yuyu showed Director Chen the little cubs resting inside the incubator. Then, she pointed to a nursing bottle nearby. I just fed them, less than 10 minutes ago. The man in the white coat peered through his glasses, carefully observing the little tigers. Then, he slipped on a pair of white gloves and began a thorough examination. Taking advantage of the moment, Deputy Director Chen explained things to Tang Yuyu. This is Zhang Heng, a PhD in veterinary medicine who just returned from overseas. He's currently conducting an ecological survey in the Greater Khingan Mountains. Hearing Deputy Director Chen's explanation, Tang Yuyu looked at Zhang Heng with a hint of curiosity. Someone who studied abroad like him, instead of developing drugs in a big city research center, what was he doing out here in this remote mountain town? Zhang Heng finished his exam and spoke up. Both tiger cubs are perfectly healthy. They even exceed the average standards of the breeding center. Hearing this, Deputy Director Chen nodded. Let's go check on the mother tiger. The group made their way to where the mother tiger was resting. Tang Yuyu carefully pushed the door open. The sleeping mother tiger snapped her eyes open instantly. She sniffed the air, her eyes immediately filling with sharp alertness. She forced her weak body up, trying to stand. It's okay, we're all friends here. There's no danger. Tang Yuyu darted forward, gently pressing down the mother tiger who was trying to scramble up. Watching the Siberian tiger struggle just to stand, Zhang Heng made his assessment. If we force a transfer in her current state, it could very well cause organ failure. Add in the emotional stress, and it could easily be fatal. Hearing this, Deputy Director Chen let out another sigh and nodded at Tang Yuyu. He completely abandoned the idea of moving them. Once Tang Yuyu had fully soothed the mother tiger, the group headed back to the lobby. Zhang Heng, tell us what you think. Zhang Heng checked some files on his laptop. Then, he spoke up. This adoption center is fully qualified. Even though it's only a semi-official organization, they have all the required paperwork. We just need the protection center to issue a formal statement. I took a look around while I was downstairs. The front and back yards provide plenty of space for the Siberian tigers to roam. Plus, Tang Yuyu is a vet herself, so there's no need to worry about the medical side of things. Not to mention, I can always step in to help whenever needed. Hearing Zhang Heng's explanation, Deputy Director Chen finally let go of his worries. Since that's the case, Yuyu, are you willing to take this on? Feel free to bring up any requests you might have. Taking care of them isn't an issue. But there is one thing I might need your help with. The adoption center gets very little funding. We mostly rely on my live streams and public donations, just to keep the lights on. So, you see, when Tang Yuyu brought up money, her eyes practically lit up. The adoption center was in desperate need of cash, let alone anything else. Just opening a single can of wet food for each of these cats is a struggle. Now, thanks to this Siberian tiger, I've finally hooked a deep-pocketed sponsor. Even if I just ask for a basic food allowance, for a tiger this massive, $500 a day wouldn't be asking too much, right? Hearing that she was just short on cash, Deputy Director Chen froze for a second, then visibly breathed a huge sigh of relief. Well, in that case, we'll allocate a grant of $100,000 to you. That's strictly to cover the costs of caring for the Siberian tiger this month. And if that's not enough, you just come find me anytime. 100,000, the staggering amount made Tang Yuyu's breath hitch. You really have 100,000? The rescue center is very well funded. Plus, our food budget for a single Siberian tiger is 80,000 a month. Not to mention, you've got 2 young cubs here as well. Hearing this, Tang Yuyu finally set her worries aside. As long as the funding is secure, I absolutely promise to raise them plump and healthy. But the moment Tang Yuyu finished speaking, Zhang Heng, who was sitting off to the side, suddenly stood up. Deputy Director Chen, I'm officially requesting to stay at this adoption center to continue my field research. These 3 Siberian tigers are absolutely crucial for my study. The room instantly fell dead silent. Every single pair of eyes locked right onto Zhang Heng. Deputy Director Chen cringed so hard he wanted the ground to swallow him whole. Zhang, my boy, this adoption center isn't an official branch of ours. Besides, Miss Tang lives here all by herself. It's really not appropriate. Then, a red-faced Deputy Director Chen quickly tried to explain to Tang Yuyu. Young Zhang spends all of his time locked up in the lab. He's not very good at reading the room, so sometimes, he just blurts things out without thinking. I really hope you don't take offense. Tang Yuyu immediately caught on. This guy was just your textbook science nerd. His brain was completely hardwired for his experiments. Oh, no worries at all. I totally get it. Facing the very people throwing piles of cash at her, there was absolutely no way Tang Yuyu was going to get mad. I can sign a formal waiver of liability. That sudden outburst made Deputy Director Chen, who had just managed to smooth things over, freeze up all over again. Zhang, we will discuss this when we get back. Seeing that Deputy Director Chen was a lost cause, Zhang Heng snapped his head towards Tang Yuyu. Miss Tang, I'm begging you, please help me. This experiment is incredibly important. Seeing the sheer desperation in Zhang Heng's eyes, Tang Yuyu hesitated for a moment. Could I take a look at your research proposal? Of course you can. Zhang Heng practically ripped his laptop open. This is the core outline and objective of my study. Right now, what we're desperately missing is observational data on the mother and her cubs immediately post-delivery. You see, animals raised in captivity mostly lose their natural drive to mate only by observing a wild animal from their very first day in human captivity. Can we gather the most precise datasets? Watching Zhang Heng ramble on with such intense passion, Tang Yuyu fell silent for a few seconds. Eventually, she gave a slow nod. I can let you stay at the adoption center to observe and log your data. However, name your terms, whatever you need. Hearing Tang Yuyu finally loosen up, Zhang Heng didn't hesitate for a split second and immediately shot back. The daily workload here at the adoption center is pretty chaotic. If you want to stay here, you're going to have to pull your weight and help out with the chores. Not a problem at all. It's the least I can do. Also, about my personal food and board, I'll pay my share every single day. As long as I can just record the data, I'm good. After a brief chat with Zhang Heng, Tang Yuyu realized that besides his experiments, this guy had absolutely nothing else on his mind. Well then, you've got a deal. Thank you, Miss Tang. Watching Zhang Heng thank her so earnestly, the 2 police officers and Deputy Director Chen standing nearby fell completely silent. They had basically just witnessed firsthand how Tang Yuyu conned this poor fool. Not only was he going to work at the adoption center every single day for free, he also had to pay an extra 2,000 yuan a month just for food. Paying to work, Tang Yuyu had truly mastered the absolute peak of workplace exploitation. After seeing the group out, Tang Yuyu started counting on her fingers. The Siberian tiger actually didn't eat that much in a day, if she got up early to buy meat at the local market. The daily food cost would be around 500 yuan. The daily supplies for the 2 tiger cubs wouldn't even hit 20 yuan. Out of the 100,000 yuan, roughly 80,000 would end up right in her own pocket. After feeding the 2 little tiger cubs their milk again, Tang Yuyu pulled a white cat out of its cage. Can you understand what I'm saying? Meow. Looking at the blank, dim-witted stare in its eyes, Tang Yu silently stuffed it right back into the cage. Her eyes scanned the room and quickly landed on a rescue from a few days ago. Tabby Cat. This little guy had been rescued from an apartment complex's ventilation shaft. He was usually pretty lazy and only really came to life when it was time to eat. Tang Yu figured this one had to be a bit smarter, but the moment her hand touched the top of his head, a steady stream of muttered complaints flooded her mind. Damn humans, my poor little balls, you evil humans, meow. How am I supposed to face the pretty lady cats now? And this damn human still wants to pet me. If I play nice, I'll probably get some good treats out of it, right? Meow. Hearing that deceptively sweet meow left Tang Yu in a long, stunned silence. She casually tossed him a piece of boiled chicken breast and moved on to find her next test subject. After testing for over an hour, Tang Yu finally got a handle on this sudden new ability. She could actually hold a decent conversation with the smarter animals, but most of them could only express very basic feelings. And then there were the absolute blockheads who couldn't communicate at all, with tuxedo cats making up the majority of those. Having figured out her powers, Tang Yu yawned and burrowed into her covers. That night was pure torture for her. She had to get up every 3 hours just to bottle feed the 2 little cubs. Getting a solid night's sleep was completely out of the question, woken up by her morning alarm and the meowing of over a dozen cats. Tang Yu yawned her way down to the first floor and scooped the 2 tiny cubs out of the incubator. Seeing the fine little fuzz already starting to grow on their bodies, she just couldn't resist. She gave them a gentle rub, melting at the incredible softness against her palms. Tang Yu mixed up 2 fresh bottles of goat's milk and popped them right into the little guys' mouths. She hadn't even figured out what to eat for breakfast when Zhang Heng's voice called out from outside the front door. "Miss Tang, are you there?" Hearing his voice, Tang Yu's eyes instantly lit up. Logically speaking, if Zhang Heng was coming over this early, he definitely brought some breakfast for her, right? She practically flew to throw the doors open. But what met her eyes was just Zhang Heng, clutching his laptop and a massive stack of documents. Tang Yu let out a heavy sigh. Of course, she really shouldn't have expected anything from this blockhead. "Have you had breakfast yet?" "No, I haven't." "Oh, right, here's my money for the food." Looking at the envelope Zhang Heng eagerly held out to her, a tiny bit of resentment that had just built up inside Tang Yu vanished in an instant. "I'm going to feed the mama tiger now. Wanna come?" Hearing they were going to feed the tiger, Zhang Heng's eyes instantly lit up. The 2 of them walked into the mother tiger's resting room, noticing the sheer exhaustion in her eyes. Tang Yu set 2 chickens and a chunk of lamb right in front of her. "Are you hurting anywhere?" "I'm doing much better now. Thank you." Getting some rest overnight helped the mother tiger get some of her strength back. She nudged her head against Tang Yu, giving her response. "I brought you some food. Try to eat it all, okay? That is so much meat." Looking at the bag Tang Yu just opened, the mother tiger's eyes went wide instantly. "You humans are really amazing at hunting." Hearing the mother tiger's praise, Tang Yu smiled and gently patted her firm head. "Go on, eat up. Once you're full, I'll take you outside to get some sun, so you can spend some quality time with your babies." "Woo, woo, thank you, human." Seeing the tears welling up in the mother tiger's eyes, Zhang Heng, who was jotting things down next to them, paused his pen. Can she actually understand you?" The sudden question made Tang Yu turn her head. Of course she can. A lot of animals can figure out what humans are saying, but it's super hard for humans to understand their body language. Animals mostly communicate through sense, and what we call body language is just a conclusion we humans came up with after observing them. So it's not always accurate. Tang Yu's words opened up a door to a whole new world for Zhang Heng. He kept looking back and forth between the tiger and Tang Yu. "Then, could I touch her belly? If I can feel it myself, the data I record should be way more accurate." Hearing this, Tang Yu looked over at the mother tiger. "Are you okay with that?" The mother tiger eyed Zhang Heng with a cautious glare. After a brief moment, she finally gave in and agreed. "All right," she said, "yes. But you can only touch it for a quick second, okay?" Hearing that, Zhang Heng took a deep breath, then very carefully reached out to touch the mama tiger's belly. Tang Yu watched the human and the tiger, who were both totally on edge, and couldn't help but smile as she looked at her live stream. "I feel like the tiger is so nervous. She's not even eating anymore. She's just staring at his hand the whole time. Ha ha ha, normally, shouldn't the guy be the one freaking out?" Why does this look like an awkward online dating meetup? After a brief touch, Zhang Heng quickly jumped back 2 steps and wiped the cold sweat dripping from his forehead. Are you done? Yeah, all good. Then I'm gonna go make us some food. After we eat, you can hang out in the backyard with their little family of 3. Hearing that, Zhang Heng's eyes totally lit up again. Tang Yuyu took the viewers along as she walked into the kitchen. She stuffed all 30 pounds of chicken breast into the pot for some basic prep. They dilly-dallied until past 8 o'clock before finally having breakfast. Zhang Heng stared at the huge table of delicious food in front of him. Falling a bit silent, is it really okay to eat such greasy food first thing in the morning? Tang Yuyu rolled her eyes. Just eat it. Did humans spend all those years evolving just so you could eat veggies? If we were really meant to just eat greens, our ancestors should have never even bothered coming down from the trees. Zhang Heng accepted Tang Yuyu's explanation with a bit of skepticism. Once they had finished eating their breakfast, Tang Yuyu glanced at the livestream chat and suddenly spotted some really exciting comments. Yuyu, I'll be at the adoption center in just 10 minutes. I'm about 15 minutes away. I'm taking home 2 kitties today. Seeing these messages, Tang Yuyu quickly dashed over to the cat cages and started giving the kittens a little pep talk. Listen up, everyone, 2 adopters are about to arrive. Whoever gets picked is going to live a life of absolute luxury, so be on your best behavior. You'll have all the treats you could ever want, and someone to play with you every single day. 10 minutes later, a man in sportswear walked in. Hi, Yuyu, my last name is Su. Hello, Mr. Su. What kind of cat are you looking to adopt today? I can introduce you to a few. Well, I'm looking for one that's a bit on the smarter side. Is that possible? Tang Yuyu thought back to her little experiment from last night and quickly pointed to a few cages. This Li Hua cat, this silver-shaded, and this little tabby right here. They are all quite clever. They can actually understand short, simple sentences. As she spoke, Tang Yuyu opened their cages, letting the 3 little guys jump down to the floor. Having been strays before, they knew exactly the difference between surviving in the wild and being cared for by humans. Plus, Tang Yuyu had brainwashed them more than once about how absolutely amazing it is to be taken home by a loving adopter. All 3 cats instantly crowded around Mr. Su, constantly rubbing their little bodies against his calves. Mr. Su observed the 3 little guys carefully for a moment, then scooped up the largest one, the silver-shaded cat. He smiled and gave Tang Yuyu a confident nod. I'll take this one. Hearing that, the Li Hua and the tabby, who had just been acting all cute and cuddly, immediately turned their backs and walked right off. Faintly, Tang Yuyu could even hear the 2 little guys grumbling. Is that fatso really better looking than me? No way, man, no way. His taste is terrible. I wouldn't want to go to his house anyway. Yeah, exactly. That fatso is just going to eat them out of house and home once he gets there. With such awful taste, why is he even trying to pick a master? Tang Yuyu took a deep breath, forcing herself to completely ignore the 2 grumpy little guys. Mr. Su, here's an adoption agreement that you'll need to sign. We will also be doing occasional follow-up visits. Seeing that Mr. Su had finished signing the papers, Tang Yuyu pulled a pet carrier and a fresh bag of cat food from the cabinet and handed them over to him. The main goal of her adoption center was simply to find loving homes for these stray cats. As long as someone was willing to adopt, the carrier and cat food were completely free of charge. They didn't have to spend a single dime. After seeing the adopter out, Tang Yuyu brought the mother tiger and her 2 cubs out to the backyard. The adoption center's backyard was actually quite spacious, enclosed entirely by a tall bamboo fence. Wow, what a huge yard. If you put a lounge chair out here, I could easily just cuddle a cat and lay around all day long. Hey streamer, why don't you let the kitties out here to sunbathe? Tang Yuyu glanced at the chat and explained. Originally, my plan was to build a little cat paradise out here for them to play and soak up the sun. But since a lot of these cats used to be strays, bringing them all together in one spot easily sparks a turf war. After that happened a few times, I just had to give up on the idea. Right after that, Tang Yuyu leaned back against the mother tiger and sat down. How does it feel? It's so comfortable. If I want to stay and live here from now on, what's the price I have to pay? Hearing the mother tiger's hopeful, eager question, Tang Yuyu fell silent for a moment, gently setting her live streaming gear aside. What's wrong? Do you really not want to go back to the forest? The mother tiger shifted her weight, letting Tang Yuyu lean back even more comfortably. Food in the forest is getting scarcer by the day. My babies and I wouldn't last long if we went back. Everyone knew the resources in the greater Khingan Mountains were deteriorating, but Tang Yu never expected that even the Siberian tigers were starving. Let me figure something out. There should be a way to keep this mother tiger and her 2 cubs here. It was definitely going to be tough for her. After all, an adoption center isn't a wildlife reserve. She didn't have the legal permits to manage wild animals on her own. Tang Yu glanced into the distance at Zhang Heng, who was jotting things down in his notebook. She stroked her chin, deep in thought, trying to hatch a plan. A quiet peace settled over the yard. Meanwhile, the live stream chat was blowing up. No way, did she seriously just casually lean right against a wild tiger? Are Siberian tigers actually this chill? Man, this is way different from what I imagined. While Tang Yu was deep in thought, she suddenly heard a voice coming from the mother tiger. You can let those little guys out to soak up some sun. If they start fighting, I should be able to keep them in line. Hearing this, Tang Yu hesitated for a split second, then nodded. In less than 10 minutes, she brought all the shelter cats out into the backyard. Watching the little furballs scamper all over the place, Tang Yu scooped up a white cat to show her viewers. I found this little white one in a neighborhood near the school. He's not super clingy, but I promise he is incredibly well behaved. Come on, show everyone your fierce face. Right on cue, the little guy bared his teeth and let out a dramatic hiss right at the camera. But right after, a heavy dose of sass echoed from him telepathically. This stupid maid is always making the young master do these brainless tricks. Hearing that, Tang Yu froze in dead silence for a second, then silently set him back down on the ground. Alright, let's move on and check out the next kitty. Ah, such a good boy. Tang Yu picked out a chubby, round Russian blue and scooped him into her arms. Now, this little guy was rescued 3 months ago during that massive rainstorm. When I found him, he was nothing but skin and bones. If he hadn't gotten lucky, he probably would have drowned in the drainage pipes. He's got a super chill personality. Honestly, other than stuffing his face, he spends most of his time snoozing. So, if you're someone who doesn't have a lot of free time, this little blue chunkster would be absolutely perfect for you. Amidst the flood of comments rolling through the chat, Tang Yu gave his plump, squishy belly a good rub. When she didn't hear any sassy telepathic complaints coming from him, she finally gave a satisfied nod. Tang Yu's adoption center housed over 70 cats in total. Her live stream didn't have a virtual gift feature enabled, just a simple donation button. On a normal day, she'd stream for hours and only pull in 30 or 40 bucks. But ever since the Siberian tiger showed up, in just one morning, she saw over 100 bucks in fresh donations hit her dashboard. Sure, for the big streamers, that kind of money was pitifully small. But for the fur babies at the center, it was more than enough to treat them to a really nice, upgraded meal. Right as she was happily pitching the little kitties to her viewers, one by one, suddenly, a sharp, aggressive cat yowl erupted from the corner of the yard. She whipped her head around to see 2 tuxedo cats leading a massive gang of felines, locked in a fierce standoff with a rival gang of tabby cats. Beside her, the mother tiger slowly turned her fierce gaze toward the brawling cats. And then, a deafening roar echoed through the forest, the unmistakable growl of a Siberian tiger. Instantly, the bunch of hissing and yowling cats fell completely silent. They all stared at the mother tiger in absolute terror. Whoa, so fierce. A big boss is here. Retreat, boys. We can't win this. Let's get out of here. Hearing the fading voices in the distance, and seeing the thoroughly silenced group of kittens, Tang Yu happily ruffled the Siberian tiger's head. Good girl. As if to say, glad I could help, the mother tiger tucked her cubs safely against her chest. She began gently licking and grooming her 2 little ones. Tang Yu just smiled. Sure enough, bloodline suppression is always the most effective trick. Before she could even read the lively chat on her stream, an urgent phone ringtone interrupted her. A slightly anxious voice came through the speaker. Hello? Is this the adoption center? Yes, it is. How can I help you? I'm a landlord at the apartment complex near the college town. 2 students moved out and just abandoned their cats here. Could you guys come and take them in? Of course. How many cats are there? 2 of them. Both are ragdolls. Please send me your location. I'll head over right now. Rescues like this usually happen completely out of the blue. The veteran viewers in the stream were all too familiar with this. College students again? It breaks my heart every time I see this. If you can't commit, just don't get a pet. Why adopt them just to throw them away later? I've wanted a cat for over a year. But my job isn't stable, and I couldn't bear making a fur baby suffer with me. And yet, people are just tossing them out. Seeing the outrage filling the chat, Tang Yuyu let out a heavy sigh. She then turned to the mother tiger, and gently asked, "Hey, could you help me watch over these kittens for a bit? If your babies need milk later, just go find that blockhead over there." Understanding her instructions, the mother tiger affectionately nudged Yuyu with her head. Next, Tang Yuyu started handing out assignments to Zhang Heng. "I need to head out for a rescue right now. The goat milk for the tiger cubs is in the incubator. Remember to feed them every 3 hours." She then pointed toward a cabinet in the first floor room. "If anyone comes by to adopt, make absolutely sure they sign the agreement." After firing off her instructions, Tang Yuyu jumped in her car and sped off toward the location the landlord sent. Half an hour later, her car pulled up to the gates of an apartment complex. She dialed the landlord's number. After a brief chat, a woman carrying a pet carrier walked over from a distance, grumbling the whole way. "I seriously don't understand what kids these days are thinking. These are 2 living, breathing creatures, for crying out loud. Just dumped in the apartment like trash. If I hadn't stopped by today, they probably would have starved to death." Sadly, Tang Yuyu was all too used to this kind of tragedy. She shifted her gaze to the 2 cats huddled inside the carrier. How long were they left to starve? Probably a whole week. I just gave them a little bit of water. Alright, I'll take them off your hands. Thank you so much for saving their lives. Oh, no, don't mention it. I'm just glad they have somewhere safe to go. It was obvious. The landlord had a really good heart. Tang Yuyu started the drive back to the adoption center. While waiting at a red light, she took a moment to explain the full situation to the viewers on her stream. Generally speaking, there are 2 times of the year when the adoption center is at its busiest. One is right around now, when college students are graduating. This is when we see the most abandoned cats. The veteran viewers in the stream probably know this, but around this time last year, our center took in a record 17 cats in a single day. The other peak time is in the spring. When cats start breeding, that's when stray kittens pop up everywhere. Most of them carry all sorts of diseases. As Tang Yuyu finished her sentence, a flood of comments from her longtime viewers filled the chat. Yeah, last year the college town was practically swarming with abandoned cats. I even saw a few that had starved to death. I just really hope the adopt, don't shop movement catches on. Otherwise, this kind of tragedy will never end. Amidst the lively chat, the van made its way back to the adoption center. Tang Yuyu carried the 2 cats into the examination room and carefully tipped the box, gently pouring the kittens onto the examination table. Both of them were ragdolls. They had incredibly fluffy coats, but going without food for so long had left them so weak and starving that they could barely stand. Tang Yuyu slipped on her gloves and sanitized her hands. She gently stroked the 2 little guys. "I'm so hungry. This 2-legged creature smells just like mommy. I'm starving too. I miss my mommy so much." The tiny voices coming from the little ones caught Tang Yuyu completely off guard. She let out a soft sigh and began a thorough checkup. Luckily, after running a full set of tests, she didn't find any underlying issues, aside from them being incredibly weak from starvation. Tang Yuyu breathed a huge sigh of relief. Looking back at the stream, she said, "Good news, guys, neither of them is carrying any diseases. Other than a slightly upset stomach from going hungry, they are perfectly healthy." The chat immediately fired up. "I am so mad right now. Their owners just dumped them for absolutely no reason. When will people finally realize that these precious fur babies actually have feelings too? I'm getting too old to handle this kind of heartbreak." Tang Yuyu tossed some chicken breast into the meat grinder to mince it up. She scooped the minced meat into a little bowl and gently placed it in front of the 2 kittens. "Have a little bite to eat first. I'll set up a cozy bed for you 2 in just a minute." Catching the savory scent of the meat, the 2 little ones began wolfing it down eagerly. Sitting right in front of them, Tang Yuyu, and her entire audience, could clearly see tiny tears welling up in the corners of their eyes. Tang Yuyu leaned back in her chair and started chatting with the viewers. "You know, I always tell people, if you're going to get a pet, try not to pick a highly intelligent one. The smarter they are, the more they understand. During the whole time they were starving out there, they knew exactly what was happening to them. But because they loved their owner for so long, they just couldn't bring themselves to believe they had been abandoned." The chat rolled in. "Oh my god, my heart hurts so much. They didn't even do anything wrong. This breaks my heart. Such sweet little kittens. They're so quiet and well behaved. Why would anyone do this? Yu, can you please give them a little more to eat? They look so incredibly pitiful. Tang Yu watched as the two little ones finished their meal and plopped down on the exam table. She reached out and gently rubbed their little heads. Listen up, kiddos. From now on, you'll always have food to eat here. And plenty to drink, but when people come to visit, you've gotta put in some effort. Turn on the charm, act a little cute. If you're lucky, then a kind-hearted owner will take you away to a new home. A new mom or dad will be ready to take care of you. These two little ones were clearly the incredibly smart type. Even if Tang Yu spoke in long sentences, they could still understand exactly what she meant. A new home, huh? They probably won't throw us away like mommy did, right? Hearing the little voice coming from the one who was clearly the older brother, Tang Yu gently rubbed his head. Don't you worry, if your new owners take you home, they will never, ever abandon you. People who come to the adoption center to bring home a cat are mostly very gentle at heart. Up until now, Tang Yu had done multiple follow-up visits, and there hadn't been a single case of abandonment. Carrying the two little ones, she walked out to the backyard and placed them gently on the grass, letting them soak up some sun and get used to the sense of their new friends. After that, Tang Yu looked over at Zhang Heng, who was trying so hard to bottle feed the little tigers. How's it going? No problems over there, right? Everything is fine, it's just, there's been this weird noise outside the fence. I'm not really sure what it is. Hearing this, Tang Yu paused for a second, then walked over in the direction Zhang Heng was pointing. There really was a faint sound coming from the other side of the bamboo wall, like something gnawing at the wood, or like some animal letting out painful groans. Tang Yu slipped out the back door to check the other side, and the scene outside the wall appeared right before her eyes. A poor, silly little deer was lying on its side, injured, trying its hardest to bite into the bamboo just to see how it tasted. Tang Yu shouted toward the inside of the yard, Zhang Heng, go grab a cart and bring it out here. Hearing Tang Yu's frantic shout, Zhang Heng reluctantly handed the two little tigers in his arms back to the mother tiger. Then, pushing a cart, he ran as fast as he could out the back door. Looking at the animal's heavily pregnant belly, Tang Yu frowned in concern. She reached out, stroked her head, and asked in a gentle, testing tone, I'm going to take you back inside to get you patched up now. Please don't fight me, okay? I can't bite through it, it's so hard. Let me try again. Hearing the innocent little voice coming from this silly deer, Tang Yu let out a sigh. Well then, let's just pick her up. I really don't think she's gonna fight back. The two of them quickly lifted the silly little deer onto the flatbed cart and wheeled her back into the adoption center. Then, they struggled to heave this heavy girl onto the examination table. After that, Tang Yu plugged in the ultrasound machine. Do you know how to use this? Yeah, I do. Once she was sure Zhang Heng had it under control, Tang Yu started checking the silly deer's injuries. There was a very nasty tear on her left hind leg. Judging by the marks, it was most likely torn open by a wild animal bite. Tang Yu used hemostats to check the depth. Thankfully, no major blood vessels were damaged. She then cleaned it thoroughly with iodine before finally applying the medicine. Zhang Heng's results didn't take long to come out either. She is pregnant, 2 babies in total. She should have about 10 more days until she gives birth. Hearing this, Tang Yu's hands, which were wrapping the bandages, completely froze for a second. Another 2? Yeah, I can clearly see the heartbeats. Judging by the rhythm, they are perfectly healthy. Watching Tang Yu carefully bandage the silly deer, Zhang Heng hesitated for a moment, before finally asking in a low, hopeful voice, do you think we could keep them here, too? Why? Tang Yu tied a knot in the gauze, then looked at Zhang Kai in confusion. Mammal data, a wild silly roe deer would actually work too, he said softly. Hearing this, Tang Yu stared quietly for a moment before she started asking questions. How much is the conservation center's food allowance for a roe deer? Around 2,000 a month. Because it's only a level 3 protected species, the current funding allocation isn't very plentiful. 2,000 is quite a lot. With its recovery and giving birth, it'll have to stay for at least 2 months, right? Hearing this, Zhang Heng's dense brain finally caught on. Wait, so, you're agreeing? Yeah, but you have to clean up a cage for it in the backyard this afternoon. And you have to be the one to apply for the center's funding and everything. Okay, no problem. Hearing Tang Yu agree, Zhang Heng was pretty happy. even though he was basically paying out of pocket to work here under Tang Yuyu. His research was actually a major project, and his funding clearance was practically maxed out. Even though the conservation center was nominally his direct supervisor, in reality, they had to show him a little respect no matter what he did. After treating the wound, the two of them worked together to lift the silly roe deer onto a handcart. Tang Yuyu pushed the cart with this goofy guy on it and stopped in the backyard. The mother tiger looked at the silly roe deer Tang Yuyu was pushing over, absolutely thrilled. Wow, what a rich smell of food. Is that for me? Even though her body was still a bit weak, she lunged forward anyway. Such delicious smelling food, are you giving me an extra meal? No, this is not food. In that moment of crisis, Tang Yuyu quickly stepped right in front of the silly roe deer to block it. Oh, so it's not food, the Siberian tiger said, her tone full of disappointment. Losing interest, she plopped back down on the grass. Seeing that this big girl had dropped the idea of attacking, Tang Yuyu breathed a huge sigh of relief. But just then, a sound coming from behind her made Tang Yuyu instantly snap her head around. This tastes so weird, I'm not sure, let me try another bite. You stop eating that right now. Seeing a whole chunk of the lawn missing, Tang Yuyu felt a sharp pain in her chest and glared fiercely at the silly deer. Tang Yuyu quickly shoved the goofy animal into a large cage. Stay here, I'll bring you some fruit later. What is this? It's so hard, I'm not sure, let me try another bite. Looking at the silly roe deer's eyes, which were clear but incredibly stupid, and its mouth still chewing on the metal cage, Tang Yuyu sighed yet again. Then, she started explaining to her live stream. This animal, the silly roe deer, is also known as a dwarf deer. The reason they're called silly roe deer is actually largely because their brains are completely abnormal. When normal prey faces a predator, they usually run away in a panic or hide themselves. But not the silly roe deer. Even if they manage to escape the chase, they'll come right back out of curiosity, just to see why the predators stopped chasing them. There were even times in the past when hunters went up the mountain and missed their shot. And the deer would actually walk right up to see what made that noise. The fact that they became a protected species is mostly because they keep getting themselves killed in incredibly stupid ways. Along with Tang Yuyu's explanation, the live stream was flooded with laughing comments. After chatting with her viewers for a bit, Zhang Heng walked over. The conservation center has already agreed, he said. They'll issue a subsidy for 2 months. It comes to $5,000 in total. Alright, let's get this little guy's cage cleaned up. Looking at the silly roe deer locked inside the cage, Tang Yuyu suddenly felt a strong craving for meat. 10 minutes later, he brought over a grill and a huge pile of beef and mutton. Then, they brought out the food for the cats and the mother tiger so everyone could have lunch together. To help the mother tiger recover after giving birth, Tang Yuyu specifically picked out a nice leg of lamb just for her, letting her lie there and slowly gnaw on it. As for the kitties, their meal was a lot simpler. A few large bowls of cat food sprinkled with some chicken breast. That was more than enough for them to enjoy. Even that silly dog that arrived today got a couple pounds of apples to happily munch on. Meanwhile, the viewers in the livestream saw Tang Yuyu and Zhang Heng eating barbecue, surrounded by dozens of cats, and 1 large and 2 little Siberian tigers. In the distance, that silly dog sat like a majestic guardian beast, happily crunching away on its apples. The scene was simply picture perfect. Life is really getting better, huh? Hey, Yuyu has clearly forgotten the days when she had to fight the cats for a piece of chicken breast. Yeah, exactly. I remember she finished her very last bowl of rice, and the next day she was so starving she snatched 2 pieces of chicken breast right from the cats, right? Actually, most abandoned animals are usually given euthanasia drugs, but Tang Yuyu just couldn't bear the thought of these little kittens being put down before they even got to enjoy life. For a while, the number of rescued cats far exceeded the standard limit. The adoption center was completely overwhelmed and struggling to cope, even with her trying her absolute best to cut costs, right before the subsidy finally arrived. She had completely run out of money for food. If it hadn't been for a few loyal fans stepping in to help back then, she wouldn't have known how to feed so many cats. As the delicious smell of barbecue drifted across the yard, Zhang Heng, sitting beside her, seemed unusually quiet. I still think eating this much meat just isn't right. Vegetables provide the essential nutrients the human body needs. Hearing this, not only Tang Yuyu, but the entire livestream chat was flooded with a massive wave of question marks. Wait, This guy still hasn't figured out that conversation from this morning? She's obviously just messing with him. Seeing Zhang Heng looking so deep in thought, Tang Yuyu pondered for a moment and decided to keep messing with him. Well, as the saying goes, eat a hearty breakfast, eat a full lunch, and eat a light dinner. See, I've followed that perfectly for these first 2 meals, right? Zhang Heng thought about it very carefully, then gave a firm nod. So, for dinner, we'll just eat a little less and load up on veggies to get our nutrients. Problem solved, right? Tang Yuyu's logic sent Zhang Heng right back into deep thought. Finally, looking completely convinced, he nodded. But seeing how easily he was getting duped, the livestream viewers couldn't hold back their comments anymore. Bro, do not believe her. Last time she said she was eating vegetables, she ended up wrapping her barbecue meat inside a lettuce leaf. The tearful, desperate warnings from the chat naturally went completely unnoticed by Zhang Heng. After they finished their barbecue, Tang Yuyu pulled the 2 new little guys that arrived today close to her. She took out a little comb to brush and clean their fur, and casually started bossing Zhang Heng around. Don't just lie down after a big meal. It's bad for your digestion. Go clean out the litter boxes, and then give those dirty cages a good scrub. As for the rest of the afternoon, whether it was for Tang Yuyu or the viewers in the livestream, it could be considered quite peaceful. Big tigers and little kittens gathered on the backyard lawn, soaking up the warm sunshine. A huge crowd of cats, finally free from the confines of their cages, were running and playing wild in the yard. If you scooped up any of them, they felt incredibly soft and warm. Of course, even in this cozy vibe, there were always 2 misfits. One was Zhang Heng, who spent every waking second trying to pester the Siberian tiger. The other was the silly roe deer, who constantly wanted to see what the cage tasted like. As the sun began to set, and the sky turned a dusky shade, Tang Yuyu spoke to her live stream audience. Looks like no adopters are coming today. I guess we'll wrap up the stream here. Remember our motto, adopt, don't shop. See you all tomorrow. Tang Yuyu closed the live stream, and looked over at Zhang Heng. Hey, could you change the dressing for the silly roe deer in a bit? After that, we can call it a day. Sure thing, I'll come by at the same time tomorrow morning then. Yeah, just the same routine as today. Tang Yuyu's figure disappeared into the kitchen, and it wasn't long before she brought out 2 fully loaded, giant Northeast-style rice wraps. They were stuffed with meat. Sitting at the dining table, Zhang Heng stared at the wrap that was about the size of his face, looking completely bewildered. Didn't you say we were having veggies for dinner? Yeah, I did. Look at this giant rice wrap. Isn't the outside wrapped in vegetable leaves? After dinner, Tang Yuyu set her alarms, picked up the incubator with the 2 tiger cubs, and walked into her bedroom. What caught her eye was the mother tiger lying lazily on the floor. Tang Yuyu asked in surprise, "Are you sleeping in here tonight? I want to watch over my babies a little more." "Alright, good girl, I'll put the babies right next to you. I'll get up in the night to feed them." Gently stroking the Siberian tiger's massive head, Tang Yuyu collapsed onto her own bed. The next morning, Tang Yuyu stretched lazily, looking at the mother tiger cuddling the little ones next to her. She gave the big girl's head a soft rub. "You sleep a bit longer, okay? I'll bring your food over in a little while." When felines are weak, sleep is the absolute best way to recover, especially for a mother tiger left exhausted from giving birth. "Thank you." The mother tiger rubbed her head affectionately against Tang Yuyu. Seeing the giant kitty looking so relaxed, a huge, warm smile spread across Tang Yuyu's face. But that smile shattered the very instant she looked out at the backyard. Looking out, she saw that the bamboo fence right next to the cages had been completely chewed through, leaving a massive, gaping hole. "You silly roe deer, you drop that right this second." This furious roar scared the cats downstairs into a frantic chorus of meows. A few of the sharper ones woke up and started muttering, "Oh, crap. The 2-legged beast is losing her mind again. Rest in peace, my sweet dreams." Woken up just like that. Let's hope she doesn't take her anger out on us. Tang Yuyu glared at the grumbling cats and dashed straight over to the clumsy roe deer's cage. "Human, why the long face?" The derpy roe deer mumbled, chewing on dry bamboo, staring at Tang Yuyu with huge, innocent eyes. That dopey look made her want to roast it alive. "You cannot eat this. Do you understand? But I can chew it just fine." The silly roe deer's response made Tang Yuyu's blood boil. I smacked it right on the forehead. I said no, and I mean no. You are not eating anything else besides the food in your cage. Long sentences were a bit too much for this silly deer to process. It thought about it for a good while before letting out a pathetic little whimper. Fine, I won't eat it then. You don't have to be so mean. Tang Yuyu gritted her teeth in frustration. She had to take 2 deep breaths just to calm herself down. I think my head is stuck. Silly deer's words caught Tang Yuyu completely off guard. She stared at its head, which was poking right out of the cage. God knows how the little guy managed to squeeze it through, but there was no way it was pulling it back in now. The air went dead silent for a moment. Tang Yuyu just let out a heavy sigh. Well, you're just gonna have to stay stuck there. We'll wait for Zhang Heng to come saw the cage open and rescue you. Tang Yuyu gave up on trying to free it herself. It had been stuck all night anyway. A little longer wouldn't hurt. Once Zhang Heng arrived, the two of them grabbed a quick breakfast. Tang Yuyu took the mama tiger and her cubs to the backyard, sitting down not too far from the silly deer, and started her livestream. As the first wave of viewers flooded into the stream, Tang Yuyu pointed the camera right at the derpy little guy. Good morning, everyone. So, 2 things happened this morning. First, the little tiger cubs have gotten totally used to their mom being around, as you guys can see. And second, this big dummy got its head completely stuck. Just look at those eyes. Absolutely zero thoughts behind them. I am dying of laughter, it looks so incredibly derpy. Should we call the fire department for help? Tang Yuyu read the chat and quickly explained. No need to bother the firefighters. The cage is just made of welded iron bars. Zhang Heng is putting a saw together right now. We'll get him out in no time. Saying that, Tang Yuyu couldn't hold back a laugh. The look in its eyes was just pure, unadulterated stupidity. The way it was stuck there with its head tilted to the side was just too funny. Meanwhile, Zhang Heng finished setting up the hacksaw. He went straight to work on the cage, sending metal sparks flying everywhere. Tang Yuyu scooped up a ragdoll cat that happened to be walking by. We've got a lot on our plate today, so we're gonna slack off for a bit. By the way, is anyone looking to adopt this little guy? The little ragdoll in her arms instantly protested. Hey, 2-legged beast. Put me down, this isn't comfortable at all. Honestly, if it wasn't for the cat food, I would have bitten you ages ago. Listening to the cat's grumpy complaints, Tang Yuyu gave it a gentle flick on the forehead. Behave, I'll give you some extra meat later. Now, when it comes to cats, a flick on the head followed by extra meat is the ultimate taming combo. Well, why didn't you say there was meat? Hug me all you want. Hey, look at me, ain't I handsome? Want me to do a little trick for you? Let's be real, most cats have zero dignity when food is involved. Tang Yuyu was totally used to it by now. She glanced back at the livestream chat. Most of her viewers couldn't adopt for one reason or another. Tang Yuyu let out a quiet sigh. Just as she was about to keep introducing the cat, a voice called out from the front door. Excuse me, is Tang Yuyu around? Hello? Looking at the strange man standing at the door, Tang Yuyu was a bit confused. Hi there, my name is Zhao Peng. I'm a zookeeper over at the Spirit Pet Zoo. I was wondering if I could ask you a huge favor. Go ahead, she said. Well, the Arctic foxes at our zoo have all been suffering from severe malnutrition lately. We've had tons of specialists come in, but nobody can figure out why. I saw on your stream that you can actually understand animal language. So I was hoping you could come over and take a look. Tang Yuyu hesitated for a second. Her expression shifted, looking a little conflicted. My schedule is actually pretty tight right now. After all, I can't just step away from the adoption center. Before she could even finish, Zhao Peng hastily cut her off. We will pay you. The director said that as long as you can find the cause, we will give you a service fee of 10,000 yuan. The words had barely left his mouth, and Tang Yuyu already had her backpack slung over her shoulder. Let's head out right now. It just breaks my heart to see those little foxes sick. Zhao Peng stood frozen on the spot. The director is such a good judge of character. Watching their little interaction, the livestream chat instantly exploded with comments. Ha ha ha, that is way too real. Honestly, they offered way too much. Yuyu would have jumped at 2,000. The zookeeper hasn't even processed it yet, and Yuyu is already all packed up. Zhang Heng, keep an eye on the place. I am heading out for a bit. Alright, hearing Tang Yuyu holler, Zhang Heng called back from the backyard. Confident that Zhang Heng could hold down the fort at the adoption center, Tang Yuyu slammed on the gas and followed the zookeeper to the zoo. Spirit Pet Zoo was the best park in the city. The animals there were all raised to be plump and sturdy. Even the peacocks were pleasantly chubby. Tang Yuyu used to visit here all the time, She especially loved the Bengal tigers they had there. As soon as the car parked in the lot, a white-haired elderly man in a neat tunic suit hurried over to greet them. "Hello there, Miss Tang. I am Director Sun. Hello, nice to meet you. Can we go see the Arctic foxes right now?" The driving force of 10,000 yuan got Tang Yuyu into the zone instantly. "If I am getting paid, I need to get straight to work." "Alright, please, follow me." Although Sea City was not very big, the zoo still had a ton of visitors. Most of them were college couples and families with young kids. Walking through the staff-only corridor, the group arrived right in front of a glass enclosure. Through the glass, they could see 5 or 6 Arctic foxes lying flat, their tails drooping weakly. They looked incredibly sluggish. "Miss Tang, these guys are our newest arrivals this year. We just put them on display after they got used to the new environment. But it has barely been a week, and they are already malnourished." Tang Yuyu observed them through the glass for a moment. Turning her head to look at Director Sun, she asked, "Could I take a look at their feeding records?" "They are all right here." Zhao Peng stepped up and handed her a thick stack of A4 papers. Locating the logs from yesterday, Tang Yuyu quickly flipped through the pages. 5 Arctic foxes. They were fed a massive portion of cod this morning, a mid-morning snack of fresh fruit. Then, during the afternoon tourist rush hour, they were each given 2 whole rabbits. And right before closing, they even got extra vegetables. With an appetite like this, let alone being malnourished, it is a miracle their stomachs haven't burst from overeating. Tang Yuyu frowned, deep in thought. Then she asked, "How exactly are they eating? What is their appetite like?" "They are off exhibit during breakfast and dinner. I keep a close eye on them myself. They absolutely wolf their food down." As their zookeeper, Zhao Peng knew their daily habits inside and out. After hearing his rundown, Tang Yuyu realized that looking at this from a standard veterinary angle just wasn't going to cut it. "I am going to go inside and take a closer look. Could you prep 2 rabbits for me?" "You got it." Director Sun agreed without a second thought. He grabbed 2 freshly slaughtered rabbits from the freezer, chopped them into chunks, and led Tang Yuyu right into the enclosure. The 5 snow-white foxes looked like little fluffy cotton balls. But the second they saw the zookeeper walk in, every single one of them leapt to their paws in sheer excitement. "I'm starving. Is it finally dinner time? I'm so hungry. I can smell the meat." Hearing these little voices, Tang Yuyu froze for a second. She popped open the box and set the meat down in front of them. Trained zoo animals, even when completely starving, wouldn't fight over food. They all just stared eagerly at their keeper. "Alright, eat up." The moment she gave the command, 5 little white furballs rushed to Tang Yuyu's feet, happily wolfing down the meat on the floor. The viewers in the live stream saw this, and the chat exploded again. Doesn't the record say 2 rabbits per fox? How are they this hungry? 1 rabbit a day is enough for an Arctic fox, plus they have other side dishes. Look at them eat like they've been starved to death. No wonder they're malnourished. While they were eating, Tang Yuyu gently petted one of the white Arctic foxes. "How many rabbits did you eat yesterday? Why are you guys so hungry?" "I only got 3 bites. We only got 3 rabbits in total. It wasn't enough to go around." "Wait, 3? Tang Yuyu was stunned. 2 rabbits per fox was the standard portion, along with veggies, fruits, and fish for a balanced diet. 5 foxes had to share just 3 rabbits? Forget about nutrition, that wouldn't even fill their bellies. No wonder they were starving like this. Hearing Tang Yuyu mutter to herself, Zhao Peng's eyes lit up. "Miss Tang, did you figure out the problem?" Tang Yuyu shook her head, frowning as she ran through the possibilities. The keeper's logs were perfectly fine. 10 rabbits had definitely been checked out of the stock. Did the keeper steal them? That was highly unlikely. If they really stole the food, they wouldn't have called her here. Plus, they'd get caught way too easily. Tang Yuyu had never seen a case where the food logs didn't match reality like this. Her eyes drifted to a small basin in front of the glass enclosure. "What's that used for?" "That's the feeding chute for the visitors. The food slides right down the pipe." Tang Yuyu almost jumped out of her skin. "You guys let the tourists feed the animals? Animals have totally different diets from us. Feeding them random junk could literally kill them." "Relax, they're only allowed to feed them food bought right here in the park. It basically covers their daily meals, and makes the zoo a little extra cash on the side." Zhao Peng's words sparked an idea. Tang Yuyu glanced back at the foxes wolfing down their food, and her eyes locked onto the security camera outside the enclosure. "Take me to the security room. I think I know what's going on." Zhao Peng looked thrilled. "Great, I'll take you there right now." Before leaving, Tang Yu gave the fox one last pat on the head. So fluffy. Then she followed Director Sun into the security room. Check all the tourists who bought rabbits yesterday. Track them on the cameras and see if they actually fed the foxes. The staff froze. Wait, are you saying someone bought the rabbits and took them home for dinner? That's highly likely. Once you eliminate the impossible, whatever is left must be the truth. The tech guy quickly pulled up the footage. There were 4 buyers in total. 3 of them fed the foxes right after buying. But there was this one lady in her 40s, who bought 7 rabbits, stuffed them right into her bag, and casually strutted out. Staring at the security footage, Zhao Peng couldn't help but groan. Stealing food from a bunch of foxes? What the hell is wrong with her? The security cameras caught the old lady dead to rights. She's been pulling this stunt for days. Sometimes swiping 7 of them at once. No wonder the poor little guys are starving. Zhao called the cops. But director, is the total even enough to press charges? The rabbits are only $15 a pop. Even though she just bought the right to feed them, she's been stealing for days straight. The total value still doesn't meet the standard for a case. What the hell are you thinking? Did you forget the rabbits were coated in medication? Hurry up and get her to a hospital. Director Sun's words made Zhao freeze for a second, before the color completely drained from his face. He frantically whipped out his phone to call the cops. Tang Yu looked at the director, full of curiosity. Waiting for an explanation, the director hesitated for a moment. These foxes were brought in for a breeding program. The meat was laced with ovulation stimulants. They're herbal, sure, but they're veterinary grade. The dosage is incredibly strong. The air went dead silent for a moment. Tang Yu's eye twitched. She didn't even know what to say. The rabbits were originally meant for tourists to feed to the animals. And it was made clear they were only buying the feeding rights. The old lady sneaking them out was straight up theft. She ate them herself, she'd suffer quite a bit. But if she gave them away, or worse, sold them, she might end up catching a poisoning charge. The livestream chat absolutely exploded. Just over 100 viewers were spamming the chat with the energy of 10,000. Animal meds? I don't even want to imagine the chaos at her house right now. She really tried to cheap out on this? Her thought process is wild. Zhao hung up the phone and walked back. With a highly complicated expression, he whispered to the director. We need to head down to the station to give a statement. Seeing Zhao hesitate to speak, Tang Yu and the livestream viewers felt their inner gossip blazing. The director let out a heavy sigh and signaled him to go on. The zoo didn't do anything wrong anyway. It doesn't matter if the livestream catches it. Hell, it might even bring in some good traffic. Well, that old lady actually sells rabbit meat. She usually sells over a dozen a day. Once she figured out how cheap it was here, she started sourcing most of her daily stock from us. There are already 6 people filing police reports right now. She was arrested an hour ago. Reality really was wilder than any soap opera. The director fell silent for a moment, then sighed heavily. From today on, all tourist feedings must be strictly supervised. We have to make absolutely sure the food actually goes into the animals' mouths. You go to the station and give the statement, and take the security footage with you. Director Sun's defeated, exhausted voice almost made Tang Yu burst out laughing. They had searched the entire park, never expecting that someone was actually stealing food right out of the foxes' mouths. I'll do the feeding today. You can do a checkup at the same time. Getting to pet the foxes up close? Tang Yu couldn't have asked for a better deal. Then I'll leave it in your capable hands, Miss Tang. Director Sun was a shrewd old fox. He saw right through Tang Yu's little plan. She was a vet and had been a massive help, so of course he'd indulge such a small request. After getting the green light, Tang Yu lugged a massive bag of food into the enclosure. The little guys came rushing over, wagging their bushy tails. The nice lady brought the good stuff. It smells so good, I think it's chicken. Ooh, I smell fish. Are we finally gonna get a full meal this time? There better be enough for all of us. I'm starving. Looking into those hopeful, pleading little eyes, Tang Yu pulled out the fish first. 5 fish, 1 for each of you. Oh boy, it's fish. Tang Yu set the fish down and gave the command. Eat up. The little guys grabbed the fish and immediately wolfed them down. Tang Yu adjusted the camera and explained to her livestream. Foxes are actually canines, so they're highly intelligent. With a little training, they can easily understand commands. They're way more obedient than cats. Arctic foxes are a protected species, though, so you can't keep them as pets. If you really want a fox, consider a red fox. Those are totally legal to keep at home. Their little whines sound just like a baby asking for cuddles. It's so therapeutic. Tang Yuyu scooped up a little white fluff ball into her arms. Being hand-raised, it didn't mind the cuddles at all. It shifted around to get perfectly comfortable while eating. In less than 15 minutes, there was nothing left but a fish head. Tang Yuyu then poured out some chicken. She popped a massive chicken leg right into the mouth of the fox in her arms. So good. The nice lady is such a good person. This is delicious. If the nice lady comes back, we'll always have full tummies. But, what about the nice boy from before? He had a really cute smile. He's a good human. Who cares? Having a full tummy is what matters most. Plus, the nice lady is pretty. Hearing the foxes chatter away, Tang Yuyu raised an eyebrow. You little beauty-obsessed brats. So picky. Don't worry, I'm not stealing your favorite guy's job. He'll still be the one feeding you. Tang Yuyu's sudden reply made the foxes snap their heads up in pure shock. The fox in her arms completely dropped its chicken leg in terror. It's a monster. We're doomed. The human can understand what we're saying. Spit it out. Are you some kind of monster? Looking at the panicked little fluffballs, Tang Yuyu didn't know whether to laugh or cry. She shoved the chicken leg right back into its mouth. Oh, stop looking at me like that. I'm not a monster. I just happen to understand what you're saying, that's all. The little guys were definitely shocked, but they were way too hungry to actually care. Nothing was more important than chicken. Tang Yuyu played with the foxes for a little while longer. Once she made sure they were all perfectly healthy, she went to find Director Sun. Director, these foxes are part of a breeding program, right? That's right, 2 males and 3 females. We should have over a dozen new pups by next year, Tang Yuyu said, rubbing her hands together excitedly. Could you sell me one of the pups when they arrive? I can sort out the paperwork on my end. Since they're already breeding, they should have babies in about 4 to 5 months. If I don't call dibs now, they'll all be snatched up later. Seeing the eager sparkle in Tang Yuyu's eyes, the director chuckled. Not a problem at all. Once the babies are here, I'll just give you one. Wow, thank you so much, Director. The two of them exchanged a knowing smile. They both felt like they had scored a great deal. Tang Yuyu was getting a free fox pup, and the director was winning over a miracle vet he could call on anytime there was trouble. After a bit more casual chatting, Tang Yuyu said her goodbyes. She really didn't feel right leaving Zhang Heng to watch the shop all by himself. God knows what that blockhead might get into. Clutching the cash the director had given her, Tang Yuyu whistled a happy tune all the way back to the adoption center. As soon as she walked in, she heard Zhang Heng wailing, "No, no, no. That's not food, she's gonna eat you. Don't go near her. Stop, she is seriously not food." Hearing the commotion in the backyard, Tang Yuyu hurried over, only to see Zhang Heng throwing himself in front of the mother tiger. He was desperately using his back to block the goofy dog that kept trying to get closer. Seeing this mess, Tang Yuyu sighed, walked up, and gave the mother tiger a gentle pat on the head. Stop messing around, neither of them is very bright. The mother tiger gave the dog a disappointed look, then obediently lay back down on the ground. Her 2 little cubs crawled right back into her arms. Meanwhile, the live stream chat was going absolutely wild. Felines really do play favorites. Poor Zhang is having such a hard time. He's definitely at the bottom of the food chain. If Yuyu didn't show up, Zhang would have completely lost his mind. Tang Yuyu helped shove the silly dog back into his crate. She found a cozy spot to sit down, watching the cats play and soak up the sun. An idea suddenly popped into her head. Relying just on the live stream to find adopters was a long shot. They were only finding homes for a dozen or so a month, and even fewer when the weather was bad. The stream only had 100 or so viewers. It wasn't that people didn't want to adopt. They were just stuck in their own little bubble and couldn't find them here. After thinking it over for a second, Tang Yuyu turned to Zhang Heng, who was busy logging data. Hey, Zhang Heng, what if we host an adoption event? What do you mean? Like renting out a space for an event. We can bring the cats out to show them off, so they can meet a lot more potential adopters. Zhang Heng thought about it for a moment, then nodded in agreement. If we market it right, there's a really high chance we'll attract people looking to adopt. Since you're on board, let's do it. Tang Yuyu whipped out her phone and dialed a number. Hello, is this the Pedestrian Street Management Office? Yes, it is. How can I help you? I'd like to rent a spot to host an event tomorrow. After a quick chat, Tang Yuyu got the pricing details for the Mountain City Pedestrian Street. The space she needed would cost 4,000 a day, which included umbrellas, tables, chairs, and security. That price was totally doable. Once all the details were ironed out, Tang Yuyu flashed a big smile at the camera. Great news, everyone. Tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, down at the Mountain City Pedestrian Street. We're hosting our very first rescue center event. I'll be bringing 40 cats for on-site adoption. If you're interested, come on down and pick out a furry friend. Let's give this event a name, guys. The chat immediately started brainstorming. Let's call it, Come Snatch a Kitty. That sounds awful. How about, Kitty Cuddles? I suck at naming things, I'll just wait for the results. After a fierce debate, Tang Yuyu vetoed all of them. They finally settled on the name. Swipe a Kitty. It had a nice, catchy ring to it. Way better than Kitty Punch or whatever. So, what about me? You're coming with me. I definitely can't move all this stuff by myself. Tasks were quickly handed out, and the two of them got straight to work. Bright and early the next morning, to get the cats over there safely. Tang Yuyu rented a box truck. They arrived right on the dot at 8:30. Zhang Heng arranged the crates on the shelves, while Tang Yuyu pulled up the adoption rules on the LED screen. The bustling scene drew a crowd, and the cats, along with the free adoption sign, completely piqued everyone's curiosity. Look at all these two-legged creatures. Hey, look at me. Take me home. I'm super adorable. Two-legged creatures, look over here. Tang Yuyu had just finished taping off the area when the cats in the cages behind her started meowing. She had brought 45 cats in total this time, 30 of which were on the smarter side. Even the rest could still understand basic commands. Since it was her first time hosting an event, she didn't want it ruined by some silly kitties. Looking at the crowd of eager onlookers, Tang Yuyu leaned back in her chair, got her gear set up, and started the live stream. Viewers instantly flooded in, and the live chat blew up. I made it. Is this the live event? Whoa, so many people. I'm stuck in traffic, but I'm on my way. I'll be there in 10 minutes. Tang Yuyu picked up her microphone. Today is our very first adoption event. You guys can come up close and take a look. Just let me know what kind of kitty you're looking for, and I'll help you pick. All cats are completely free. Once you confirm the adoption, we'll even give you some free cat food to help them transition. The crowd eagerly surged toward the kitties. Hi there, could I take a look at that one? Their first potential adopter was a young office lady. Of course you can. Tang Yuyu gently lifted down a silver-shaded British shorthair. The little guy's eyes completely lit up. Ooh, a pretty two-legged creature. Meow likes her. The silver kitty immediately nuzzled up to the young woman. She gently petted the cat's head and softly asked, Hey little guy, do you want to come home with me? I do. I totally do. As long as you don't feed me pig slop, I'll go anywhere with a pretty two-legged creature like you. Hearing the kitty's eager meows, the young woman broke into a huge smile. Are there any requirements for the adoption? Despite the cat's sassy inner monologue, at least the little guy was getting adopted. Tang Yuyu held back the urge to playfully flick the kitty's forehead and pointed over at Zhang Heng. You can sign the paperwork right over there. Just grab the cat food and the vaccination record, and you're good to go. Thank you so much. The young woman looked down at the silver kitty in her arms, falling more in love by the second. I'm gonna buy you some yummy wet food later. You be a good boy, okay? I'm good. I'm the best boy ever. The live chat erupted in cheers. Nice one. Off to a great start. Anyone wanna bet if we can adopt out 10 cats today? Soon after came their second adopter. A man holding his little girl's hand pointed at a tabby cat. Hi there, could we take a look at that one? Tang Yuyu was pleasantly surprised. Absolutely. Not many people wanted to adopt tabbies. Usually, everyone went crazy for purebreds. But honestly, tabbies have great genetics. They've got tough stomachs and barely shed at all. She scooped up the tabby. The little guy shot a glance at the man, then fixed his eyes right on the little girl. Meow tilde. The tabby flopped onto the table, totally working his charm. Hey, I'm putting in the work here. Aren't you gonna pick me up? This job is exhausting. Hurry up and cuddle me. Can't keep up this act anymore. Amidst the sound of complaining, the little girl carefully picked it up, looking pleadingly at her dad. It's a deal. You are in charge of feeding and scooping the poop. Let's go do the paperwork over there. Pick up the cat food and the vaccine record. Okay, thank you, Yo-Yo. I finally squeezed my way in here. After sending off the second adopter, a girl with short hair stood right in front of her. Are you a fan? Did you bring that chunky orange cat and the round blue and white one? Tang Yo-Yo instantly knew this was a longtime fan. The two cats she mentioned were absolute veterans. When they were first rescued, they weighed less than 2 pounds. In less than 6 months, the blue and white one ate its way up to 17 pounds. The orange cat was even more ridiculous, hitting 22 pounds. They're both here, let me go grab them for you. Tang Yo-Yo took a deep breath and found the 2 little gluttons sleeping soundly. Stop messing with me, I'm sleeping. Huh? Is it dinner time? With one in each hand, she struggled to heave the 2 spherical cats onto the table. The blue and white cat let out a big yawn, staring blankly at the girl. The orange cat was even worse, it just shifted positions and went right back to sleep. Seeing these lazy bums, the girl smiled and pulled out a can of wet food. As the rich, meaty aroma drifted out, the 2 lazy lumps instantly stood at attention. Smells so good, I wanna eat it, meaty cans. They watched the 2 round kitties absolutely gobbling down their food. The girl happily squished their chunky rolls. I'll take these 2, I'm taking them both, just go sign the paperwork at the table over there. But I have to ask you a question. These 2 combined weigh almost 40 pounds. Are you sure you can carry them all the way home? Those words left the girl completely stunned. She stared at the 2 massive cats on the table, their perfectly round bodies naturally looking hilarious. Ever since she decided to get a cat, she had her heart completely set on this pair of goofballs. She had made tons of preparations before coming over, buying the litter box and all the food. She didn't forget a single daily necessity. The only thing she failed to calculate was the sheer weight of these 2 lumps. The air went completely quiet for a few seconds. Then, Tang Yo-Yo offered a very practical suggestion. How about you just call a moving van? Huh? The girl looked totally bewildered. A regular taxi won't be able to fit them. We have to use the extra large travel crates. Shoving just one into a trunk will completely fill it up. Oh, is that so? The girl looked a bit troubled. Then, could you ask Zhang to do me a huge favor and help carry them out to the street? Sure, no problem at all. The viewers in the live stream were laughing like crazy, watching the poor girl struggle to lift the travel crate. Zhang Heng was helping out on the side. The 2 of them looked like they were hauling a couple of semi-trucks. How is this raising cats? She's practically raising pigs. Can her wallet seriously survive this? These 2 guys devour 7 pounds of food in a single meal. Yo-Yo actually tested that last time, and let me tell you, the scene was absolutely spectacular. As the live chat rolled on, Tang Yo-Yo was incredibly busy handling everything. Having a huge crowd is definitely a good thing. The on-site adoption efficiency was through the roof. You know, getting a cat is usually just a spur-of-the-moment thing. You look at those poor little things in the cage, with their pleading eyes. And anyone with a soft heart just melts. Anyway, after a full day of this, we managed to adopt out 26 cats in total. Normally, that would be 2 months worth of adoptions. Once the event wrapped up, the 2 of them sat in the car on the way back, rubbing their aching lower backs. Even though they only adopted out 20-something cats, they dealt with over 70 people. They talked until their throats were totally dry. Back at the shelter, after putting the remaining kitties back in their cages, Tang Yu just collapsed onto the sofa. Not wanting to move a single muscle, Zhang Heng, the tiger cub needs his milk, and we need to top up the litter and food. Her exhausted voice drifted over. Zhang Heng gave her a complicated look, let out a helpless sigh, and resignedly got up to do the chores. To be fair, there wasn't that much left to do. Most of the cats had been adopted out, and the ones left behind, while a bit dopey, could easily take care of themselves. Dragging his exhausted body around, Zhang Heng got everything sorted out in about 15 minutes. Staring at the pitch-black kitchen, Tang Yu let out another sigh. Let's just eat out tonight, call it a celebration. Her muscles were screaming. There was absolutely no way she was cooking. Takeout was her only lifeline right now. Just order delivery, let me catch my breath. Zhang Heng looked at the mother tiger approaching them. He didn't even have the energy to pick up a pen and take notes. Human, you look like you're about to drop dead. Are you sick? The mother tiger nudged Tang Yu, her eyes filled with genuine concern. I'm okay, just totally dead on my feet. Rubbing the big cat's head, Tang Yu couldn't help but sigh inwardly. They were all felines, but this mama tiger was way better than those ungrateful little brats. All those little rascals ever did was demand food. After a short breather, Tang Yu finally ordered some takeout. Seeing the mother tiger resting at her feet, she pulled out a whole basin of mutton for her. Dinner time, dig in. At her signal, the mother tiger nudged her cub over to Tang Yu and started tearing hungrily into the meat. Zhang Heng's eyes suddenly lit up. He looked at Tang Yu pleadingly. I'd like to. Tang Yuyu instantly knew what he wanted. The mother tiger had rested for 2 days, and she was clearly doing a lot better. Before, she could barely stand. Now, she was moving around with ease. Zhang Heng just wanted to get up close and gather some new data. The mother tiger gave him a look of pure disdain, then shifted her body slightly, basically giving him the green light. It wasn't the first time the man and the tiger had interacted. Zhang Heng quickly scurried over, giving her a thorough checkup. Once he logged the data, Zhang Heng turned back with a look of absolute amazement. Yu, I just discovered something huge. Let's hear it, Tang Yu muttered, her eyes glued to the delivery tracker. Barely paying attention. Normally, a mother tiger in a zoo needs at least half a month to recover after giving birth. My previous experimental models, it was all based on this data, but this tigress made me realize that the physical makeup of wild animals is completely different. Their muscle density, their diet, they're basically 2 entirely different species. 3 generations of captive breeding, compared to purely wild ones. The difference is just too huge. Tang Yu basically got the gist of it. Even though the experiment sounded super complicated, the potential payoff was incredibly tempting. Once this drug is successfully developed, it would be a massive breakthrough for breeding specific species. Especially for the Siberian tigers. With just a 3-day course of medication, it could guarantee a 100% success rate in breeding. So, what happens to your previous experiments? Zhang Heng fell silent for a moment before making his decision. I'll put them on hold for now. I need to spend 6 months observing wild animals to gather enough data and ensure the accuracy of the experiment. Tang Yuyu's eyes lit up, and a sly, mischievous smile crept onto her face. Did it ever cross your mind that this tigress is going to be released back into the wild soon? Zhang Heng froze, staring blankly at the tigress. The room fell dead silent for a long time before he slowly turned to Tang Yuyu. Do you think we could talk this over? Could we maybe let this family of 3 stay here a bit longer? Tang Yuyu raised an eyebrow, trying hard to suppress the smirk on her face. Well, you know how it is. Our funding is pretty tight right now. Raising Siberian tigers is going to cost an absolute fortune. Zhang Heng immediately patted his chest confidently. Don't worry about that, I'll sort out the funding. Whether I get a grant or just use my own research budget, it will definitely be more than enough. Tang Yuyu nodded in satisfaction. Alright then, you've got a deal, as long as the money isn't an issue. I really don't mind keeping 3 more big cats around. Zhang Heng's face lit up with absolute joy. He thought he was going to have to talk her ear off, but it was surprisingly easy. But then it suddenly dawned on him. Wait a second, you were planning to keep them here all along, weren't you? Seeing Zhang Heng's highly suspicious glare, Tang Yuyu didn't even bat an eyelid. What? Of course not, or should I just call wildlife rescue right now and have them released? Knowing exactly how to hit his weak spot, she had zero fear of failing to fool this blockhead. Never mind then. Zhang Heng backed down instantly. A smart man knows when to yield. For the sake of his precious data, he definitely wasn't going to risk calling her bluff. When dinner arrived, it was clear that Tang Yuyu, who was certainly not short on cash, never compromised when it came to food. A massive portion of cumin fried chicken, richly spiced roasted pork trotters, and 2 huge, heaping bowls of braised pork knuckle rice. The sheer mountain of meat was enough to make Zhang Heng break out in a cold sweat. But since he was in her territory, and had been thoroughly manipulated already, Zhang Heng hesitated for a brief second before diving right into the feast. Once they were completely stuffed, Zhang Heng gave the cubs their milk bottles, grabbed his trusty little notebook, and headed out. After Tang Yuyu finished cleaning up, she did a quick ultrasound for the goofy pregnant dog, then took the tigress back to her room to rest. Time flew by, and before they knew it, 4 whole days had passed. The adoption center felt so much quieter now that 20-something cats were gone. The workload had lightened up a lot, but that peace was suddenly shattered. Late at night, a pitiful howl from the silly pup echoed from the backyard. Tang Yuyu was just about to end her stream. The moment she heard the sound, she rushed straight to the backyard. The silly pup was leaning against the cage, gasping heavily for air. What's wrong, buddy? Are you sick? Please be okay? The live chat was instantly flooded with panicked messages. Even though everyone usually teased it for being dumb, after spending so much time together, they had long accepted it as part of the family. Tang Yuyu threw open the cage door. She checked its heartbeat. Where does it hurt? My tummy. It hurts so much. The silly pup's response gave Tang Yuyu all the confirmation she needed. Just as she suspected, the poor thing was going into premature labor. Time to deliver the babies. Having already helped deliver a tiger cub before, Tang Yuyu knew exactly what to do. Even though this was her first time delivering pups, she had all the theoretical knowledge down. She poured half a basin of clean water and placed it right in front of the silly pup. The adoption center was small, but fully equipped. They had all the medical supplies and gear they could possibly need. After keeping watch for 2 hours, the silly pup finally stopped whining and started to squat down. Tang Yuyu immediately sprang to her feet. She snapped on her medical gloves, quickly sterilized her hands, and jumped in to help. Compared to the tiger, this delivery was an absolute breeze. The babies were developing perfectly, and the mother had plenty of energy. With a little human assistance, it took less than 40 minutes for 2 healthy babies to be born, both breathing steadily. Tang Yuyu bundled the newborns in a soft blanket and led the new mama to an empty room to settle in. When I wake up tomorrow, if I see a single thing chewed up in here, you're going to live with the tiger. Tang Yuyu gave the silly pup a pat, shooting her a playfully threatening glare. The chat burst into laughter. Ever since this little rascal arrived, things around the house had been getting destroyed left and right. But with this room full of marble, let's see how she manages to chew through that. The pup's eyes were clearly saying, I promise I won't chew anything. I'm just hungry. I want to eat. The silly pup sent out a pitiful plea. Just wait here. I'll go grab you some cabbage. Unlike the tiger, the silly pup was super easy to feed. She could happily survive on veggies and grass, and tossing in some fruit made it a fully nutritious meal. She tossed over 2 large cabbages. After doing a final health check on the newborns, Tang Yuyu quietly closed the door. That's a wrap for today's stream, guys. See you all tomorrow at the same time. She headed back to her room to get some sleep. Hearing the commotion, the mother tiger gently scooped up her wandering cub with a large paw. Good night. The mother tiger suddenly spoke up. Tang Yuyu froze in her tracks at the sound. Felines blending into human society would naturally start mimicking human behavior. Over the past few days, hearing good night, she had actually learned it, and that meant she was finally ready to fit in. Who says wild animals always yearn for the wild, anyway? Except for a rare few, most of them just want free room and board. No more exhausting hunting. Maybe it's one we've rescued before. They probably spread the word in the woods. Now, whenever an animal feels sick, their first instinct is to come down the mountain for help. Wow, I slept right through until dawn. Zhang Heng had already moved the cats to the backyard. The mother tiger, gently carrying her cub in her mouth, was lying right in front of him. Breakfast is on the table. Where did that silly roe deer go? How come you woke up so late? Tang Yuyu let out a huge yawn and handed over the formula. That silly dog went into premature labor last night. I stayed up watching her for more than half the night. They're in the room on the 2nd floor. Zhang Heng's eyes immediately lit up. He quickly mixed the formula, handed it to the mother tiger, and said, I'm gonna go take a look. Tang Yuyu mumbled while sipping her soy milk, bring them some food while you're at it. Zhang Heng had been studying animal births, so this excited reaction was totally normal for him. After finishing her breakfast, Tang Yuyu flipped open her little notebook. She pulled out a list and proudly held it up to the camera. Those of you who've been following us for a while know, we have a special routine. It's time for our follow-up visits. I've got the list all sorted out. I'll be calling them one by one. Since it's the weekend, everyone should be home. She quickly got through to a few of them and confirmed their locations. Tang Yuyu tracked down Zhang Heng and said, I'm heading out for the follow-up visits. I'm leaving the station to you. You're on your own for lunch. Without even giving him time to reply, Tang Yuyu grabbed the car keys and rushed out the door. She sped down the road and pulled up right outside a residential neighborhood. A girl in her pajamas waved excitedly. Yuyu, over here. Seeing the adopter, Tang Yuyu broke into a massive smile. Say hi to the camera. Oh, hi. The girl waved sweetly at the camera. As the two of them walked into the complex, Tang Yuyu covered the camera lens. Gotta protect her privacy. It was a cozy little apartment, less than 100 square meters. It was decorated so warmly, with a whole separate room dedicated just to the cats. She pushed the door open, revealing 3 incredibly chubby cats, just lounging around lazily. I smell that 2-legged beast. She's not here to drag us back, is she? That dump was pure torture. Hearing the cats totally roasting her, Tang Yuyu tightly clenched her fists. But business first, let me snap a few photos. She pulled out her forms and started filling them in. Every single cat has its own file, documenting their entire life, from the moment they enter the rescue until they pass away. After finishing the paperwork, she pulled one of the cats over for a quick checkup. You've been taking great care of them, so healthy. This one's belly fat is practically dragging on the floor. Its eyes and ears are perfectly clean, too. How are they behaving normally? Pretty good, though whenever they get hungry, they'll literally chase me around begging for food. The Russian blue is just getting lazier and lazier, though. Tang Yuyu gently pulled the blue cat over. After checking it over, she frowned. You need to take this one in for a checkup sometime this week. He's way too overweight, there might be a slight issue with his heart. Hearing this, the girl's hands trembled. Is it dangerous? It won't for now, but it really needs to lose weight. Taking the chance to drop some knowledge, you can't let cats get too fat. Some have hidden heart conditions that you can't normally see. Once they get fat, it triggers. That scared me so much I took back its dinner. Now I don't even know if I should feed it. Without medical equipment, you just can't tell. Tang Yuyu put the cat back and gently reminded the girl. Keep a close eye on it. If it vomits frequently or acts weak, bring it in for a checkup as soon as possible. Okay. After chatting for a bit, she hurried off to the next house. In just one morning, she walked through 4 different neighborhoods. She met 6 adopters and over a dozen cats. They were all raised to be wonderfully chubby. I don't know if it's the cats who are lucky, or the people, even though they had been abandoned before. They were still willing to trust humans. Hurrying back to the adoption center, she found the backyard in total chaos. Zhang Heng was pinned down by over a dozen cats. The mother tiger was standing by, eager to jump in, while 2 tiger cubs were in his arms. Frantically pawing around for food, Tang Yuyu sighed. Stop messing around, all of you. With that single command, the backyard instantly went quiet. The station master truly is at the very top of the food chain. Poor Zhang, he gets bullied every single time. But man, I'm so jealous. Zhang Heng sat up, proudly showing off the little tigers in his arms. They opened their eyes. Yeah, the 2 little guys have officially opened their eyes. Such beautiful eyes, they've grown so much without us even noticing. They're almost as big as cats now. Tang Yuyu took the tiger cubs and explained. Cubs take 5 to 12 days to open their eyes. Their vision is pretty limited right now. It'll take 1 month for them to see clearly. We can try feeding them some minced meat, boost their nutrition. After all, they're drinking formula, which just can't compare to mother's milk. She pointed at the stuff in Zhang Heng's hand. Zhang Heng grumbled, I just wanted them to get used to the smell of meat. And this is what happens, swarmed by a mob of cats. Although the cats get meat to eat, they can't stuff themselves every single meal. Seeing special treats being handed out, of course they're going to fight for it. It's mostly because Zhang Heng has no authority. If it were Tang Yuyu, these little furballs would only dare to act cute. She fed them a bite of minced meat, and weighed them in her hands. They're growing nicely. In another 2 weeks, they'll be running around. Zhang Heng's eyes were full of hope. These 2 were practically his babies now. Cleaning up their poop, bottle feeding them. He had raised them with his own hands. They had a really deep bond. Just as they were happily chatting away, a scream echoed from a distance. Ah, a rat. Tang Yuyu looked up. A little creature was standing right on the wall, gleaming with a purple luster under the sunlight. Its eyes were filled with anticipation. What on earth is that? A weasel? So cute. Tang Yuyu froze for a moment. She quickly snapped out of it and shooed away the approaching cat. She reached out her hand,